Something is happening inside you right now, or it happened this morning, or it will happen in the next few hours, and you have absolutely no idea what it's doing to your brain. You picked something up, put it in your mouth, it tasted good, really good, and somewhere deep inside your brain, a chain reaction started. A cascade of chemistry so powerful, so precisely engineered by evolution, that scientists compare it to the effect of certain drugs. I'm not here to tell you sugar is evil. I'm not here to tell you never eat it again. I'm here to show you what actually happens, second by second, inside your brain and body, when sugar enters your system. Because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. The first 5 seconds. It starts before you even swallow. The moment sugar touches your tongue, specialized taste receptors called T1R2 and T1R3 fire instantly. They send a signal, faster than you can consciously process, directly to your brainstem. Your brain receives one message. Energy is here, real energy, now. And it responds immediately. Your brain releases a small initial wave of dopamine, not a flood, not yet, just enough to say, keep going, more of this. This is why the first bite always leads to a second. Not because you're weak, because your brain just received the signal that it is biologically programmed to want to repeat. Your saliva increases, your stomach prepares, your entire digestive system receives the signal before the sugar even arrives. Your body is getting ready, like an orchestra tuning up before the main performance begins. The next 20 minutes. And now the sugar reaches your bloodstream, and this is where it gets extraordinary. Your blood glucose levels begin to rise. Your pancreas, that remarkable organ sitting behind your stomach, detects this rise instantly and releases insulin. Insulin is essentially a key, a biological key that unlocks your cells and allows glucose to enter them. Your cells use that glucose for energy, for thinking, for moving, for existing. And now the dopamine flood arrives. Your nucleus accumbens, the brain's reward center, lights up with dopamine release. This is the same region that activates with other pleasurable experiences. Scientists using brain imaging have shown that this activation is real, measurable, significant. And here's the critical thing. This dopamine response is not the same as drug addiction. Anyone who tells you sugar is exactly like cocaine is oversimplifying the science. What scientists actually say is that sugar activates similar reward pathways with significantly less intensity than addictive substances. It is pleasurable, it is reinforcing, but it is not the same as drug addiction. The science is clear on this distinction. But here's where it gets complicated. After that dopamine peak comes the drop. Blood glucose rises, insulin does its job, and depending on what you ate, how much sugar, what else was in the food, your blood glucose can drop, sometimes significantly. And when blood glucose drops, your brain, which runs almost entirely on glucose, sends out a signal. We need more. You feel it as a craving, as a slight mood dip, as that familiar feeling of, I want something sweet. This is the cycle. Rise, peak, drop, crave. And the speed of this cycle depends entirely on the type of sugar you consumed. Pure glucose, fast rise, fast drop, fast craving. Sugar with fiber, like fruit, slower rise, gentler drop, less craving. This is why an apple and a can of soda both contain sugar but feel completely different in your body. The fiber in the apple changes the entire biological story. What happens over time? Now, here's what matters most. One piece of cake, one soda, one sweet thing does not damage your health. Your body is extraordinarily good at handling occasional sugar. That is the truth. But here's what the science actually shows about consistent overconsumption over time. When you regularly consume more sugar than your cells need for energy, your liver converts the excess into fat. Over time, this can contribute to fatty liver. When blood glucose spikes repeatedly and dramatically, the pancreas works harder and harder to produce enough insulin. Over years, this can contribute to insulin resistance. And chronically elevated dopamine stimulation from frequent high sugar consumption can gradually reduce dopamine receptor sensitivity, making it harder to feel pleasure from everyday experiences. This is not a scare tactic. This is what peer-reviewed science consistently shows about long-term overconsumption, not about one chocolate bar, about a pattern over years. So what do you do with this? You don't have to be afraid of sugar. Your body was designed to use it. Glucose is literally the primary fuel for your brain, for your muscles, for your life. But there is a difference between fuel and flood, between energy and excess, between eating and being eaten. The biology doesn't judge you for one decision. It responds, over time, to patterns. And patterns are something you actually control. You just learned more about what sugar does in the last 5 minutes than most people learn in a lifetime. What you do with that is entirely yours. Share this with someone who deserves to understand their own body.